You know, they call him the Miles the Monster, and he stands about 46 feet tall, weighs about 46,000 pounds. But I'll tell you what, Cowboy, we're here for some other stuff happening. Dover, Delaware, the Monster Mile here with Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series, 160 laps, Cowboy, as we get ready to rumble here in Dover. In the booth with me tonight, Ron Day, Dakota Ehrman, Matthew Close working pit road down there. And we were supposed to have had a guest up here tonight, but apparently she lost her ticket to the bus, wasn't able to make it. So look for Christina Phillips next week, Monday night, up here in the booth with us. Ron, hey, you know, we were at Charlotte last week. Good racing last week, under the lights. Jimmy North taking the trophy home. Chad Cole with a solid second-place finish. Chad Cole, of course, leading the points. But a good run, 5 cautions last week, I believe, so some outstanding racing.
Yeah, JD, a real solid race, and like you mentioned, Chad Cole led the most laps, led 130-something laps last week. The winner led 7 laps. Jimmy North led the most important part of the race right there and got the job done right there at the end.
Landon Huffman, who qualified on the outside pole, you know, had big expectations there. You're going to see him up in the front pretty much the whole night. But unfortunately, got tangled up with the 3 car about lap 15 or so. That pretty much ended his night. He was able to continue on for a little while, but eventually had to park it in the garage. But I tell you what, looking for some racing action here at the Monster Mile tonight. Why don't we take them down through the points here and let them know who's who and who's where in the Full Throttle Cup Series here at Real Sim Racing League. Chad Cole, like we mentioned, sitting on the top here, 454 points, Ron. And then 13 points under him is Landon Huffman. Landon finishing about 25th last week at Charlotte. And like I said, 13 points behind Chad Cole.
Guy Snyder's going to be 19 points, sitting in 3rd spot coming into this week. And JD Reed led the points most of the first part of most of the season right here, and John Abbott's going to be 47 points out in 4th spot.
Adam Roberts, who finished 13th at Charlotte last week, 66 points off the lead here, guys. And then with a solid top 10 finish at Charlotte last week, Doug Roth, he's sitting 96 points behind Chad Cole up there at the top. So Doug Roth having a pretty good start to the season here, sitting in 6th place.
We don't come to the racetrack very often without talking about Joey Gattina 2 or 3 times, JD. He's going to be coming in 7th in points, 96 points out. And Joseph Hayes will be coming in 8th, also 96 points out. So 6th, 7th, and 8th, those 3 guys, Doug Roth, Joey Gattina, Joseph Hayes, all tied for that 1 position.
I'll tell you what, and they'll settle that score here at the Monster Mile tonight. John Gregorio was slipping down like a rock, and word has it that he may not be in attendance here with Real Sim Racing League, but we'll try to get confirmation on that. Still sitting in 9th position, and then of course bringing up the top 10 here, finishing 22nd last week at Charlotte. Jeff Addison, 108 points behind the leader. So I tell you, getting back to these guys, Doug Roth, Gattina, and Hayes, Ron, you know, at Dover, Delaware. Mile track. It's a kind of a notorious track for eating up tires here. So, you know, why don't we throw it on down pit road? Let's talk to Matt Close. Matt, what can we expect at Dover here tonight?
Well, we can expect them to be hitting pit road between 75 and 85 laps. That is if we get a long green flag run. They're going to say they're tight. They're going to wear out that right front tire, diving into these hard and high bank turns, braking hard, trying to get in there and get the thing to turn around that tight 180-degree turn. We can expect some trouble getting on and off pit road, seeing it's the way you got to enter in 3. It's very tight down there, all the way on the apron almost to the inside wall. And the pit speed limit's only 35, and they're really going to struggle keeping such a slow speed on this high-banked, fast racetrack. And I'm going to send it over to Dakota Ehrman to give you a little bit more information.
Yeah, we were talking to several of the drivers tonight, guys, including your points leader, Chad Cole. He's saying what a lot of the other drivers are saying tonight, survival. You don't want to destroy your race car. Coming off these corners can be treacherous. They said that the car is really tight tonight as soon as they wanted to get off the corner, and right where they want to get back into the throttle to roll off really quick, it gets really tight and it can go up and hit that wall. And then these cars are also very aero loose, so there's a big concern there. His teammate, Guy Snyder, third in points, saying he needs to get a top 5 tonight, and that's what he's shooting for, but his car is just like everybody else's. He needs to survive, exactly like Chad Cole said. And we're going to throw it back up to Matt, I think.
Oh yeah, we're going to give you a little information. R.J. Williams, he's wanted the pole, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it here. He's going to qualify in 5th, it looks like. He said his main goal is to just stay out front and avoid the wrecks most of the time. He said the starts are going to be a little rough. Everybody's going to want to spin their tires and really put it to the mat. Other than that, I think it's back up to JD.
All right, thank you guys. That's Matt Close and Dakota Erman working pit road down there for us, Ron, and it looks like Landon Huffman going to bring that pole position home.
Yeah, it looks to be that way, JD, and these guys, the way that
All right, not quite sure what happened to Ron there, but tell you what, why don't we go ahead and send it on down trackside as the Cactus Cuties present our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, and we are back live. Thank you very much to the Cactus Cuties for that wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Let's take it on down to the grid. Let's go through the lineup for you. Starting out on the pole, no surprise here, Cowboy, the 75 machine of Landon Huffman, who got a terrible finish at Charlotte last week, qualifying in with a 23.679. On the outside, Dwayne Vincent, he'll be starting in that 13 car in second position. In behind in the second row, on the inside, Mike Montesi. He'll be starting in that 45 machine, third place. So in fourth, on the outside, Chris Solenberger in the 35 car. In the number 21 car, in fifth position on the inside, R.J. Williams with a solid top 5 qualifying order tonight. Chad Cole, who won at Charlotte last week, on the outside in sixth position. That's 17 DeWalt machine. Starting seventh tonight, the number 10, John Abbott. Look for him to be a strong finisher here at Dover tonight. Outside him in 8th position will be the 33 machine of David Lanza. Starting in 9th on the inside, Steve Ritter in that number 16 car. On the outside, Chad Schilling, another Huffman Racing team member. Ron?
in 11th spot's going to be the 36 car David Wright. 12th going to be the 94 Jeff Addison in that Hall of Fame Chevrolet. 13th is going to be the 14 car of Joey Gattina. The 14th position is going to be the 49 car of Cale Diersbach. 84 car Jimmy North, last week's winner, is going to be starting 15th. And Jonathan Cadell will be starting 16th in his number 26 car. The 17th will be the 47 car of Eric Arnold. 18th will be the 27th car of Guy Snyder. He comes in 3rd in points. 19th will be the 5 car of Ben Burnett. And the 43 car of Doug Roth will start 20th, JD.
And as they start rolling off a pit road here, starting in 21st position, then the 19 car on the inside, R.C. Rigdon on the outside him, and 22nd, Ronnie Potts in 23rd position, and at number 83, Jay Horton driving for Huffman Racing. On the outside, it'll be Nathan Bowers in the 85 car in 24th. In 25th position, the 8 of Matt Lacrosse. Ed Williams Jr. will be starting 26 in that 65 car. Starting 27th tonight, Patrick Hahey, who has not taken the field yet, guys. Not quite sure what's going on with that 56 car. Starting in 28th, the 69 of Joseph Hayes. And 29th, Keith Brooks Jr. starting out here in the back of the field in that 76 car. Starting in 30th position tonight, Randall Holcomb. And as we get ready to take the green flag here at the Monster Mile.
Yeah, JD, Lennon Huffman got a heck of a run, or got a great restart right there. Dwayne Vincent's going to fall in line. So the top 5-6 cars right there are going to be single file coming out of 2.
You bet, getting ready for 160 laps here at the Monster Mile. And, you know, guys, this track, you can either do real well here, or you can let the monster just eat you right up. But I'll tell you, we're 160 laps away from finding out how that's going to play out here tonight at the Monster Mile. But right now, pretty smart move on a lot of these guys' parts. Single file racing, not a whole lot of battle going on early. Bring it back here to about 10th position. The 36 machine being challenged by Jeff Addison. Addison at 94 on the bottom for position, guys, as they come down the front stretch.
Yeah, JD, like you said, all these guys getting you know, lined up and everything, and these guys were talking about how tight these cars are here tonight. And later on in the run, you're going to see these guys, right when they get ready to get back in the gas, they're going to keep pushing it further and further, and they're going to slip up one time. They're going to lose the nose of that car, and they're going to start taking little pieces of that wall with them here and there as they come off of these corners, especially off of turn 2.
You bet. And Chad Schilling back here in 11th position. He was looking to make a run on that 94, but decided to back out of it here a little bit. So Jeff Addison safe from Chad Schilling here for the moment. But going further back through the field, pretty much single file until we get back to about 15th position. We still got the 36 up on the outside, almost making contact with the 47. That's going to be 18th position back here, guys. Eric Arnold on the bottom in that 47 car. Let's talk about this track here for a minute, Ron. You know, concrete track just has been notorious for being a tire eater, Reitler problems usually, but I got to take you back to last Friday. Oh, it's David Wright, 17th position, the 36 car tags a wall coming off of turn 2, guys. But, you know, this track, a concrete track, notorious for burning up tires. Last Friday, we watched probably one of the most incredible races here at Dover. Probably one of the most, you know, the top 5 races on ETV Live. So expecting some big things come out here at Dover as we put 6 laps in the books.
Yeah, a lot of clean racing, a lot of good racing throughout the week here at Dover that we've seen out of all 3 classes of cars, actually. And I think it's a lot of it's a mind game. Miles the Monster's playing a little mind game with these drivers, and they're a little bit afraid of him. So they're going to stay back. They're going to keep calm. They're going to kind of let Miles stay intimidated. But at the end of the day, they're going to be able to bring it home and keep it pretty clean, JD. So like I said, a lot of these guys just take it easy around this track, and then, you know, by the time they get to the end of the race, they're so worn out. I think of this track like a big Bristol, and anytime you think about Bristol, you think about how mentally grinding and grueling a race like that could be. So 160 laps here at Dover is no joke.
Absolutely. Back here about 22nd position, Jay Horton been battling that 22 car down there on the bottom now for about 3 or 4 laps here. But Jay Horton just kind of holding his own up here on the top side. Now, you just talk about the you know, the different racing lanes here at Dover. That top lane works pretty well, but you know, you're kind of limited. You can only do maybe 4 or 5 laps before you got to bring it down to the bottom. You know, that's always been my experience. That top line will work just so much before it starts heating up that right rear tire. But you know, the other thing too, this is you talk about it being like Bristol. You're absolutely right, and is sounds like we've got somebody caution coming out on the field, guys.
Yeah, JD, looks like the 76 car, Keith Brooks Jr., he was coming off of turn 4, and there's a car close behind him. Didn't look like he got any help from it.
All right, I got it up on mine now. Looking at, you're absolutely right, 76 machine going for an e-ticket ride, bringing the first caution out here, guys.
Yeah, JD, it looks like he just got, like we were talking about, he started to push loose on the exit of the corner right there, but John Wesley's got it on the EY machine.
Sorry for the delay, guys. I forgot to plug a couple wires in here, but we're getting it here. 76 car, you're just going to see him come, I believe it's the front stretch here. I see him just get loose. I'm not sure if he came off the corner. And, oh yeah, he just got loose coming off that corner. In Dover, you set your car up a little loose here in the beginning laps here, so it don't get so tight on you. But he plows that inside wall, guys.
Yeah, that's I'm looking at the results of that, and his car just absolutely tore up. Let's send it on down to Dakota Ehrman on pit road.
Yeah, guys, your leader coming down, 4 tires of fuel for him. As we see a few guys taking 2 tires. Looks like no adjustments to that car, as well as Landon R.J. Williams came down 4 tires of fuel. No adjustments to him as well. Matthew Close.
Chad Cole comes down, gets 4 tires, and throws a wrench in that back window. He was looking tight the first 12 laps, and they said they're going to loosen the car up a little bit for him. Back up to you, JD.
All right, guys. First caution coming out here on at Dover. Ron.
Yeah, originally it looks like Joey Katina and R.C. Rigdon and missing that second Nathan Bowers. Those top 3 guys actually stayed out, but now it looks like they're going to be coming down. Actually, R.C. is going to stay out, but it looks like the guy that beat everybody off of pit road is going to be the 47 car Eric Arnold. So interesting to see what he's going to be able to do with that track position.
And guys, I'm just hearing we might have to get Dakota's voice warmed up. It's his birthday tomorrow, guys.
Oh boy, I feel a happy birthday going on, don't you guys?
And I heard Kayla give him a good whooping.
I heard that Ron Day could sing a pretty good tune. Why don't we come back to that after this break? We'll step away. We'll take our first commercial break here tonight. You're watching live ETV Live as we get the birthday song ready to roll. So don't wander off, cowboy. We'll be right back. Alright, we are back live here at the Monster Mile, ready to take this thing to green flag one more time. Picking it up this time is going to be R.C. Rigdon out front with Eric Arnold, Dwayne Vincent, Chris Solenberger, and of course John Abbott in that 10 machine working his way forward here at the Monster Mile. Green flag gets up, and the leader Rigdon spins out on the restart here, causing a big pile right here on the front stretch, guys. I believe they're going to bring the caution out here again as R.C. Rigdon loses it right here on the restart, spins the tires from the get-go, Ron, and around he goes and collects about half a dozen other cars.
Yeah, JD, what that is there's a spot right there, right as the track starts to, it changes elevation, and he hits the gas right at that spot. John Wessling.
Yeah, let's see if we can pull this up in the restart. Yeah, and he just, like you said, he just gets a little wheel spin here, guys. Round he goes, wipes out the 10 car, the 5 car, the 83 car. There might have been a few others with slight damage.
Tough deal right there for those guys. Good thing, if you want to look at it on the bright side, to have an accident like that, they weren't going very fast yet, JD. So not as much damage as there could have been. A lot of those guys, a lot of good race cars caught up in that, but I think they got time to get it fixed and get it back out on the track.
You bet. I'll tell you, R.C. Rigdon in that 19 machine going to take it down on pit road and get that one scored away along with the rest of them. But you know, short track racing here, Ron. You know, aerodynamics doesn't play a huge part here at Dover, so it's really no harm, no foul. Get down there, get that sheet metal pulled out a little bit, and get back to racing.
You know, sorry, it could be a lot worse, but I remember, you know, Dakota mentioning something in pre-race that you know, if you got a bunch of cars around you, it causes these cars to get a little aero loose, aero tight, one way or the other. So that may have a little more of an effect than you'd normally think.
You bet. And I know Dakota had some news coming from pit road down there just before we took the green flag here, but let's go ahead and throw it on down to Dakota. What you got for us, bud?
Yeah, the 8 ended up, in that last round before the caution came out, he ended up having to go down pit road and get a bunch of service to that car after he got a little loose coming off the corner. He's reporting the same thing the 36 was reporting. The 36 got, he was fighting with somebody, and he got shoved to the outside, and for some reason it seems like both of them ran over something on the top of the track and made the cars a little tight, and then the 8 car, when he was coming off the corner, he was pushing so hard that then the thing kind of snapped out around on him. So the top of the track, not the safest place right now.
All right, good job keeping an eye on things down there on pit road. And I'll tell you, while we're working the second caution here of the night, guys, why don't we go ahead and do a plug for the sponsor of the season championship prize here at Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series. And I tell you, Cowboy, that's one of these VRC Mark II virtual racing seats. A simulation racing cockpit designed by a championship race car driver, Bob Earl, who understands what comfort means during a grueling race. And I tell you, you know, off my script here a little bit, you know, if I were to hire somebody to build me a racing cockpit for my simulation game, I tell you, it'd have to be somebody who's driven a race car, you know, for a living. And of course, Bob Earl. The design features an adjustable racing seat and frame, additional monitor stand, and shift mount sold separately. $349, Cowboy. You can take a look at it at bobearlracing.com. 3,000 of these units are sold. ETV Live is proud to endorse this product because it's designed with the avid sim racer in mind and the average sim racer in mind. It's an inexpensive, high-quality alternative to the others that cost thousands of dollars and simply unaffordable. Order one today, Cowboy. bobearlracing.com.
JD, I was having some people, you know, a couple of people ask me, who exactly is Bob Earl? You say he's a race car driver. Yeah, that's cool, and that gives the product credibility. Now, to say he's a championship race car driver, Bob Earl's been road racing since 1972. He has 24 career victories in the International Motorsports Association Camel GT Series, and he only has 86 starts.
That's pretty impressive.
Now, I'm going to use my Alabama math right here, but that's almost half.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is pretty good track record over there.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm close.
I'm close.
1224 times 2 is
Alabama math, you know
is
how that
88, right? 24 times 2 is 88, right? Hey, and
Yeah,
everybody loves the number 88, right? You know, whatever.
Well,
There you
hey,
go.
Rondé, we heard you had a little adventure over the weekend. We all know Batman Michael Keaton got married this weekend, and you're supposed to take the pictures of.
Well, you know, I can't tell that story without cussing, and we haven't hit the late night show yet, so I'll tell that one later.
Oh, that'll be a good one for the 24-hour channel coming up here on ETV Live. I'll tell you what, get ready, cowboy, because this is going to be late night TV stuff, material you do not want to let your kids listen to. And I'll tell you, we'll try to arrange it so all that stuff comes on late at night. So after the kids are tucked away in bed, you can sit in front of your computer and laugh your butt off at some of the things we're coming up with.
That mother. Okay. One more thing about Bob Earl while we're talking about it is in 1987 he won the 24 Hours of Daytona he won driving a factory Pontiac Fiero. I believe that was going to be the GTO series that year. So, just talking about Bob Earl and great product he produces.
You bet. And I tell you, he's even got an overseas, a European affiliate over there that are, you know, marketing his seats over there, and they sold quite a few of them over there as well. So he's worldwide with the marketing of that virtual racing chassis. It's not just a seat, cowboy. It's a regular racing chassis built by a race car driver. Getting ready to go green here again. Up in front, it's going to be Dwayne Vincent, Chris Hollenberger, Landon Huffman back up front in that in the 75 machine. In third place, R.J. Williams, Chad Cole, who won last week at Charlotte, guys, up here in the top 5. So look for Chad Cole to occupy at least a top 5 spot here for most of the race. At least that's what I'm thinking. Get off to a good start here.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
Go ahead.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to agree with you. Chad Cole has definitely had a really good second part of the season here. This is the 14th race, I believe, of the 36 race season these guys run. As now we see that's going to be the 21 of R.J. Williams moving up on the bumper of the leader right there, the 13 car, Dwayne Vincent. And that's sort of where I was actually going with my next point. The 17, the 33, and I believe they were saying the 27 guys. We got a lead change for the lead. 21 and the 75 both going past Dwayne Vincent 3 and 4. Something may be wrong with Dwayne Vincent's car. He went way high right there and just about lost 3 positions. Oh!
Contact with the 17 car, Chad Cole. Chad able to hang on to it. But you're absolutely right, Ron. Something desperately wrong with that 13 Tabasco machine up here. Dwayne Vincent. Almost upsetting the 17. Chad Cole having to back out of the throttle quite a bit, and that's going to bring Chris Hollenberger even closer up on the outside, back here in 5th position. So Chad Cole trying to collect it back here and move that 17 machine on forward and try one more time for position. And Dakota, what's going on down on pit road, bud?
Dwayne Vincent was one of the cars that I believe stayed out on that first caution, guys. So the first 2 tires obviously are very important, as you guys are saying.
Yeah, you know, lucky it only happened, you know, it happened early to find that out. You know, to find that out, you know, would hate for something like that to happen, you know, later on in the race, like around lap 150.
Yeah, JD, and if I'm the points, you know, we got a long way to go in this season, but if I'm the points leader and I'm trying to make sure that I'm going to be there, be around the whole season for the end, what Chad Cole did there was the right thing. He let out, he got way away from him, let the guy straighten the car out, give him plenty of room, go back and get him again. He got back to him, Dwayne Vincent let him go by. Chad Cole's now running in the 3rd spot. That's points racing right there.
Absolutely. Checking the chat room over here, as we always do on ETV Live. We want to say howdy to everybody who's signed in. Bubba Klein, Paul Klein along for the ride, as we'll get to that in a minute. Caution coming out here one more time, cowboy, and I'm hearing it's going to be the 27 car again, and oh, a huge pile up, guys. See if we can't roll back here. Pull back and get it straightened out here, see what took place. Actually,
Looks like a little more one of those things when you getting off the corner again, JD. The 16 was riding underneath the 27, and he was trying to hold it down off of him, and he just pinched it down and started, just snapped around a little. He's trying to drive off of the bottom of the corner right there, and it took about the whole straightaway for him to spin it out and got into the 27.
Yeah, you bet.
John Wesley.
Actually took out quite a few cars. Let's throw on down to the bad boy. What do we got on the rewind?
Well, let's see what happened here. The 36 kind of got loose, dived right in front of the 27. These guys are battling really hard here, JD. Trying to make a move on the outside. Wow, the car just took a hard right, guys. I don't know if it's a flicker in his wheel or what happened there, but the car just went hard right.
Might have had something in his eye there, JD, trying to get it out off the corner right there. It's a tough place.
Yeah, I'm looking at it again here too. I'm not quite sure unless he blew a tire or something, but something went haywire with the 16 machine, guys. That pretty much started the whole ball rolling. But I wound up back here with the 65 machine, Ed Williams, who hard on the brakes, smoking them away, and kind of got into it broadside with the 14 machine here a little bit. But again, short track racing here at the Monster Mile. Hey, it's just another opportunity to come down pit road and pull the sheet metal out where it belongs. All right, we get things situated here one more time here. This is going to be caution number 3 at the Monster Mile here, guys. Dakota, you guys got anything for us down on pit road?
Yeah, it looks like just about everybody came down pit road that time, and unlike last time, it looks like just about everybody took 4 tires. That is the way to go. Chad Cole, one of the cars coming down, very happy with his car, guys, and he's on the radio telling his team he's going to the front. Matthew Close.
Actually, Dakota, if you watched Landon Huffman, R.J. Williams, and I believe in 3rd place, that's Jeff Addison, all 3 of them did not come down pit road for tires. It looks like Chad Cole might have been actually the first car in the lineup to go down pit road and pull out some sheet metal and put some 4 fresh Goodyear tires on the car. Back up to you, JD.
All right, and good report. Good stuff coming off of pit road down there, Cowboy. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take it for a real short break here, watching live ATV Live Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series from the Monster Mile. We'll be right back.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadionetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude. All right, just taking the green flag. R.J. Williams, Landon Huffman for Huffman Racing up in front, but Ron, you saw something happening as well.
Oh man, big wreck, JD, in turn 4 right here ahead of the 43 car, I believe. Gonna just try to watch it again real quick. 43 car looks like the same position, just trying to spin those tires on that restart right there, and he's gonna get sliding sideways, and 17's gonna rear end him, take out 5 or 6 good cars. Bad boy.
Yeah, let's pull. Yeah, let's pull this back. Yeah, he just loses it there even before the restart, guys. Smacks hard on the outside wall. 33 cars around also, and causes a big interstate traffic jam behind him.
I was just going to mention that one of the guys who took out Chris Schellenberg running in the 8th spot now at the time being scored in 8th. Chris Schilling, one of those Huffman Racing cars, JD, and also the 17 car Chad Cole, who was your points leader coming into tonight. A lot of damage to the front end of that 17 car.
Yeah, I'm just actually watching it here on my monitor. You know what, we were seeing some of the same thing the other night when we were here at Dover with another league problems hooking up that rear end to the pavement, to the concrete here at Dover. Remember, it's a concrete track, and you got you got to be pretty light on the throttle and the clutch here when you get the green flag here. So some major damage to some top 5 cars here tonight for sure.
Top 4 cars are from the Huffman Racing stable, so I'll tell you a little bit about how those guys have been running lately. And as I mentioned, the 18 of Chad Schilling was the 5th Huffman Racing car involved in that incident right there off turn 4, guys.
Bet. And all right, I believe this is going to be our 4th caution of the night here. At the Monster Mile, and again, let's try this one more time. I'm going to check over here in the chat room and say hello. Well, looks like there's been a change. Looks like Paul Klein must have had something else to do here tonight. We'll see if we can't get him back. But Paul Klein, always a big fan, ETV Live fan. Kayla along for the ride. Of course, her better half. Actually, she is the better half of the other half. Eric Arnold out here. He's currently running in 21st position down here at the Monster Mile. Good evening to you, Kayla. Of course, Mama D, always along for the ride. She's the one that brings that food truck out here, that custom-built hauler with the food in it for us for the buffet table. Yes, sir, John. What you got?
JD's not having Eric Arnold's not having a very good early birthday present, as that car is tore up. I mean, I can see the wheels outside the fenders, and that's not a good thing here. This isn't an open wheel race.
Yeah, you bet. All right, and let's throw it on down pit road. I believe Dakota standing by with Chad Cole.
Yeah, Chad's down here on pit road getting some damage fixed. You gonna be able to get back out there, Chad?
Yeah, we're getting it fixed right now. We're just gonna have to be in salvage mode, try to get as many points as we can today. 43 up there, got going at first, then he just absolutely stopped, and I couldn't react in time. Ran him over.
All right, bud. Well, do you think you had anything for those guys up there up front?
I don't know about Landon. Maybe could have been 2nd spot, but I guess we'll never know.
Alright, well thank you, bud, and hope you can get back out there, guys. Chad Cole, who was running up front.
Hey JD, we'll have to look, keep watching that car, make sure that, if they didn't mess up the wheels, if the wheels are still running fairly straight, I'm trying to look and see, and actually now that I'm seeing that he's having a hard time steering it, actually, so even under caution. But I was going to say he's in the lucky dog position, so I mean, there's a slight glimmer of hope.
Yeah, that's not very good, Rondé, when you're only going 50 miles an hour and it puts you straight to the curb.
All right, as we get ready for the restart here on lap 34, remember 160 laps on the board here tonight, so hoping these guys get their troubles situated and taken care of here. Crew chief, start talking to your drivers, cowboy. But, as the pace car pulls off, R.J. Williams is going to pick up the green flag with Huffman Racing Team up front here. As the green flags, we're back to racing here at the Monster Mile. And pretty much single files, everybody gets it sorted out. Back here about 9th position, the 14 car, Joey Gattin on the bottom, 27 making a run on the top here. That top line will work, but just for so long before it starts heating up that right rear tire. So 27 machine trying to make quick work of the 14 right here on the restart.
27 already been involved in a couple of incidents tonight, so it's good to see that he's been able to recover and trying to gain his way back up in the top 10, JD. Hey, John, let's just say that next semester's tuition is riding on the 17 horse, and I got to pack my bags and leave town, so...
Oh, yeah, we needed to get back to that birthday thing, too, didn't we?
Pass. All right, hey, guys, back here on the track.
Dakota Ehrman, I think he told me he was 15 going on 28. Was that the deal? What is that, Dakota?
Yeah, maybe in a few months.
All right, as we get back to the track out here, as the caution comes out again, guys. And the 17 didn't even get a shot to come off pit road before it came out, but looking for it now.
And it's saying it's showing the 36 of David Wright disconnected, retired. I would imagine that might have been it. I believe that's the guy that I seen blinking here, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a very good replay. We're going to try it here. Pulled up, and he's just blinking in and out so bad, guys. I can't even get a replay of him. But evidently, he turned it around, and he was on the track long enough to bring out the caution.
Okay, he just lost it. I think it was one of those deals, again, right off of those corners, man. Miles the Monster chewing him up and spitting him out here, and he got a good piece of that inside wall.
Yeah, you know, I remember seeing a car blinking in and out there in front of the 27 and the 14. I wasn't quite sure who that was. And then after I got off the 14 and 27 car, I started moving up through the field, and he was gone. So, or at least I thought maybe that the car I was looking at might have been it, but apparently that was going to be him. So unfortunately, it's going to bring out the caution here for the 5th time here at Dover Speedway, Dover International Speedway, the Monster Mile. So 39 laps in the books. You guys really haven't had a chance to get out there and you know, see what this track can do for them. But
JD, I'd like to talk about patience.
What's that?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm just saying.
You mean like in a hospital?
Yeah, there you go.
You mean like a hospital patient?
Well, we're going to have some hospital patients, I think, in the parking lot after this race of these guys. Some of these guys are going to be looking to give some of these guys attitude adjustment. No, but like you were talking about, short track racing, that's one of those, some of these things, they just happen sometimes. But part of I think, and I'm not calling anybody out. I don't want anybody to think I'm calling anybody out, but I'd say all of the incidents that we've seen tonight, at least 4 out of the 5 incidents we've seen tonight, result from lack of patience. They're trying to get back to the gas too early on the exit of these corners, and that's part of the reasons that they can't hang on. They're having trouble hanging on to them on the late exit. The other thing is the issues we've seen on a couple of the restarts. The guy they want to jump on the gas, and they're not really. I guess they're so excited, their adrenaline's pumping and they're ready to go racing, but they're not really thinking about where the car is on the track. And there's certain parts in the center of the corner, especially where you can't just jump on the gas really quick. So it's a couple of things these guys just will need to think about as this race goes forward. Right here, we're 40 laps into a 160 lap race. You know, just one of those things.
Yeah, John Abbott's tore up pretty good. I was watching Chad Cole there. He's tore up really good. A couple of the front runners here, week in and week out, really tore up early in this race, guys.
Yeah, you know, you're right, Ron, when you're talking about that patience thing. I mean, you know, Dover Mile, it's a 1 mile track. It's a short track by NASCAR standards.
But it's fast.
But it's fast. It's absolutely fast. And, you know, you have to develop a rhythm. Now, what we've been seeing here all week long here at Dover, you know, you've only got maybe 3 or 4 laps at the start and restarts to, you know, get to position. After that, you know, it's pretty much all about tire management. And, you know, if a position comes along, hey, take the advantage and get it. But if you can't, hey, Cowboy, hang on to them tires, at least for the run, and try to maximize your effort in that respect. But, you know, early run, you know, if you can get it with 3-4 laps, fine. If not, usually what we've been seeing, guys settling in pretty much single file. And last week, you know, like I said, Friday night, probably one of the top 5 races here on ETV Live, 60, 70 lap runs in between pit stops. So we know it can be done here.
Like I said, it's just an exciting race for these guys to know they're pumped and they're ready to go. But at the same time, we just need to wind down some of these laps and take it easy. When we get down towards the end of the race, I'll give you the hardest tire you want, and these guys can go racing for it. But until then, let's just keep it calm, keep some fenders on these race cars. Got a lot of, you know, there's 22 cars on the lead lap. A lot of guys can still come back and win it. So.
You bet. It's Chad Cole still working things out down on pit road. R.J. Williams, Landon Huffman are going to pick up the green flag when we get the restart here. Jeff Addison, Horton, and Vincent in behind here. Mike Montesi, who had a pretty good run last week at Charlotte, is in 6th position. Actually move him up a notch to 5th from the get-go here, but working on back through the field. Again, you know, if you can't get it in the first 3-4 laps, hey, don't waste your tires trying to. Because it'll pay, you know, it won't pay off in the end. You'll wind up pitting out of sequence, way off the mark, and perhaps going down a couple of laps, and it's, you know, pretty tough to get back here at Dover.
Well, these two guys, R.J. Williams and Landon Huffman, have extended almost a 2-second lead on their teammate in 3rd spot, Jeff Addison, right there. So, you know, these two, and I'll tell you one thing I was noticing when we had the 4 or 5 lap run, R.J. Williams would get out to a lead of a pretty substantial side, half a second or so, but Huffman was catching him, JD, so I expect to see the same thing right here if we can get going here and have a 10-12 lap run. Landon Huffman will go right on past him.
You bet. Oh, that caution coming out again, guys. This is going to be caution number 6 here. I'm hearing it, the 23rd spot 10 car, John Abbott, guys, going around, and John usually trouble seems to find John, but actually, guys, it starts ahead of John. We've got the 89 machine going around up front. I believe 10 car was just a victim of this whole thing. Let's send it on down to the bad boy, John Westling, for the E-wind.
Now let's follow with John Abbott. He's behind this wreck just a little bit. He's actually looks like he's already slowing up for the accident here, guys. Just can't avoid the 19 to 65. 65, I believe, is Ed in the ETV machine. And then the 65 slows up and he gets just bunted, guys. And the 85, 69, and now the 29, the 65. There's 4 more cars. Oh! John almost has it saved, and then he comes into turn 1 and 2 here and just loses it.
That was really strange, JD. It must have been something, that was actually really weird. It looks like about a half a car width between the 89 and the 65 right there coming off the corner, so plenty of room between those guys. Must have been something error or something. Got the 89 slideways and sent him into the wall.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you got to be watching the same thing I'm watching. I've watched it about a dozen times here. I'm not quite sure what I'm seeing here. No contact. No contact at all between the 65 and 89. But let's go on down to pit road. Dakota, what do you got, bud?
R.J. Williams leading them down. Landon Huffman coming with them. 4 tires for both of those machines. Chad Cole still on pit road, receiving damage repair. Matt, what do you got?
Yeah, we got most cars coming down pit road grabbing fresh 4 tires. But the thing I really watched with all the cars coming down pit road is every crew is out there working on that right front. It looks like almost every other car has that piece of sheet metal dented in and might be rubbing that right front tire a little bit, and you see everybody there just trying to hammer it out a little bit and get that back straightened out. Back up the boot.
Also, guys, actually real fast, Guy Snyder stayed out. He was running in the back. He is 3rd in points and trying to make up some ground, guys. He's just riding around trying to survive, but I think he's just looking for track position now after with all these cautions, guys.
All right, good job down there on pit road as we work caution number 6 here at the Monster Mile for Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series. Why don't we go ahead and take a break? Check that buffet table out and back. You're watching live ATV Live, cowboy. Don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Hey, JD here with ETV Live, and let me tell you something. If it's too big for the pickup truck and you need to move it, there's only one trucking company you need to call, and don't bother with the Yellow Pages, cowboy. I'll give you that number in a minute. Manufactured goods, automotive, technical equipment, furniture, even if you need a reefer, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated is the only choice, cowboy. With locations in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Rancho Cucamonga, California, if you need to move it, store it, and keep it cold, you need to call Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated. Long haul, short haul, or just across town, Gary Mercer has the best trained and qualified drivers to get your load from point A to point B with professionalism and on time. So remember, Hoss, if it don't fit in a pickup truck, you're going to need a real truck, cowboy. Sponsors of ETV Live's Friday Night Showdown, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated, 1-800-668-2980. Do you know where your world is?
I think I found it.
All right, and we are back live working off caution number 6 here to the 89 car. We've looked at it about a dozen times, guys, and really, you know, you can't find any fault. The 89 car just looked like it took a right-hand dive into the wall. No contact being made, you know, by another car. Just kind of a freak thing happening here. But up in front, Guy Snyder going to pick up his first green flag of the night here in that 27 machine. He's got Cadell on the outside with Ritter, R.J. Williams, Landon Huffman still occupying a top 5 spot up here, and of course no surprise there as we get back to racing at the Monster Mile Run.
Yeah, a lot of wiggling and wobbling going on in that restart right there, but everybody seems to be able to be hanging on to it pretty well as Jonathan Cadell is looking for the lead around Guy Snyder, but you know, now it's going to be the 21 car R.J. Williams. He's going to be looking for second spot as they come off of 4, and he's going to take it.
Back here in 5th position, Landon Huffman, he gets the run on the 16, gets the position from him on the top side, 16, fighting hard on the bottom, behind him back here though, but Landon Huffman trying to get that machine as far forward as he could possibly get it before he burns them tires up, now working the bumper over of that 26 machine, but I tell you, you know, 50 laps in the books here, 110 laps to go. Is the caution coming out for the 7th time here, guys? I'm hearing it's going to be the 27 machine. 47, Eric Arnold. Oh, Eric Arnold around, Kayla. '47 car, Eric Arnold coming off the turn here. Doesn't look like he has any help. Just oh, he does. He's actually, it's going to be the 85. 85 tags a wall in the middle of the backstretch, and it comes down onto the 47 and just basically going to ruin his night. Smoke coming up from under the hood, guys.
Yeah, the 47 had a little bit of damage already, but I think the car was manageable. But after that, it looks like they're going to be back there for quite a while working on that hot rod.
Yeah, watching it again here, I'm not quite sure what's going through the 85's head here a little bit. I'll focus on the 85 machine here a little bit. He's severely damaged. The car is just absolutely you know, that 85 car should not have even been on a track, guys. I mean, I hate to say that, but his car is so out of shape. Crab walking down the backstretch, so out of shape he can't even control the car.
Yeah, it's one of those
things
things
where
where
he tags the wall and then bounces down into the 47. So that's a tough night for Eric Arnold for sure.
it's one of those things, Jay, where they're out there and they're trying to put on a good show for the fans, but at the same time, you know, maybe a little bit of better judgment. But it didn't take much. He just barely scraped the wall. It didn't take much to get that thing out of shape. So.
All right, why don't we go ahead and send it on down pit road, and Matthew Close and Dakota Ehrman, what do we got down there, guys?
The 27 with Guy Snyder there was debating whether to come down pit road. His crew chief said if anybody behind him looks like they're going to go, they'll go. He went down the apron to go, and nobody wanted to follow, so he decided to stay out. Looks like almost everybody going to stay out. A few guys in the back coming down for repair, I believe.
All right. Working caution number 7 here at the Monster Mile. I'll tell you, that Monster has just absolutely reached out and chewed them up and spit them out here at Dover Speedway. But I keep wanting to get back over to the chat room and say hello to the folks over here who joined us tonight for the race here with Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series. I got to start at the bottom and work up this time because I've been wanting to talk to Sean Pivick over there in the chat room. I'll tell you what, Cowboy, stellar job with Sean Petchen at Spa-Francorchamps. I hope I said that one right, Cowboy. But I'll tell you what, the road racing action here on ETV Live on Sunday afternoon, stellar job by Sean P. and Sean P., newcomers to the booth here at ETV Live. They're working the road racing division for ETV Live. But outstanding race, and if you didn't see it, you can always see the replay. Catch it on the Twitch site. It's going to be ETVJD2. That'll be Channel 2. With ETV Live. But Sean, good to see you along for the ride tonight. And I apologize for misspelling your name. I'm gonna have to check and see where it is. But so for some reason, I keep misspelling Sean's name.
Hey, wait a second. How come you get a channel named after you? And
I get it. Oh well, it's on the. Actually, it's on the. That's actually in the back of the house. I mean, we're talking. You know, this is the technical stuff. On the Twitch TV, if you go to twitchtv.com/ETVJD2, that's where the road racing takes place. Now, if you're watching Twitch tonight, it's going to be on ETVJD. The dirt side of the house is on ETVJD3, and ETVJD1 is really not there yet. ETVJD is the one you watch tonight. Are we getting confused or what?
Sounds like a power trip to me, John. What do you think?
I think it's JD this, JD that. I think they made a country and western song over that. It's all about me, me, me.
All right, as we get ready to take the green flag again, Guy Snyder has reported from pit road down there. Almost made the sneak, decided to stay out. So Guy Snyder, R.J. Williams show. Landon Huffman to 3rd place on the restart, guys. So he is absolutely coming to the front. Jeff Addison in 4th back here in that 94 machine, pretty much staying out of trouble around all night long in that Hall of Fame car. Outstanding looking paint job. Tribute to the Hall of Fame there at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Ron. R.J.
Williams is going to take the lead on the outside of Guy Snyder right there. And Landon Huffman thought about making a 3 wide down in the 3, thought better of it. These guys are having a great race for this lead right here.
Snyder with a little damage on the rear end is going to let Huffman get by on the top side. But it looked like Huffman drove it in there deep, got on the binders, Cowboy. Going to drop down, take the position from the 27th Guy Snyder for 2nd place. So move Landon Huffman up 1 notch.
Yeah, they've had more practice at these restarts now, so the last 2 or 3 restarts have been fairly clean, so I expect to see that the rest of the night. These guys doing a great job.
$57 laps in the books here at the Monster Mile Dover Speedway here, and a little bit of trivia knowledge about Dover Speedway. Did you know that this place used to be a horse racing track before it was a speedway?
Is that why there's a casino here? I never really thought about that.
Is that why there's hoof prints in turn 2? You mean?
That's what's making the car loose off the corner. It's in those divots where the horseshoes hit.
You bet. The 27 Guy Snyder in 3rd position, almost breaking loose there, but. Yeah, it used to be called, in fact, I think it still is, Dover Downs. There's actually a horse racing track, I believe, in the middle of the Speedway here, guys. But that was here first, long before the Speedway was. Dover Downs. $59 laps in the books here at the Monster Mile, working back here in 5th position to Mike Montesi. He's another one, Ron, tonight, having a pretty good run tonight, staying out of trouble here at Dover, and I tell you, just kind of minding his own business. That's pretty much what you have to do. Develop a rhythm, and you know, get this 1 mile track under wraps here. Montesi at the 45 machine, having a pretty decent night. He's looking at the bumper of that 94 machine. Jeff Addison, though, looking on the inside for position. Looks like he's going to make the run at it. 94 moves up to the top. He's going to let him go.
Well, it's a couple of them go right there, JD, and you're right. A lot of these guys, you know, you come in with a survival mentality, and if you stick to that, it'll pay off a lot of times, and you'll be running, you know, next thing you know, you're running 4th or 5th, and, you know, it felt like 10 laps ago you were running, you know, 10th, but keep that survival mentality in mind. Just take it easy, you know, give people plenty of room, they'll give you plenty of room. Usually pays off a good bit.
Let's take it all the way back to 25th position, guys, back to that 17 machine, Chad Cole, your points leader, and who had an awesome run at Charlotte last week, finishing second, led the most laps there at Charlotte last week. That 17 now, I believe he's 14 laps off the pace here, guys. So 14 laps down. So it's just basically about collecting as many points as he can get here at Dover tonight to try to stay on top of the pile here at Real Sim Racing League.
But one of the good things about him being 14 laps down, Diddy, is they've got a lot of that damage fixed. The car looks like it's handling a lot better. Most of that sheet metal has at least been replaced. Doesn't look that pretty, but it's there. So he'll have that, you know, those fenders to lean on if he needs to, and the steering looks like it's handling a lot better for him. So spent a lot of time down on pit road, but it's paying off. Make his easy.
You bet. Last time down pit road, he spent 39 seconds down there with his crew pulling the sheet metal and hammering things back into place there for him. But Chad Cole just looking for points for the remainder of the race here at Dover tonight. And Landon Huffman, his turn, the fastest lap of the night, 23.814 to R.J. Williams, 23.918. So I'll tell you what, Landon Huffman certainly looks like he's got the machine to beat here tonight as he working with his teammate up here, R.J. Williams, in that 21 machine. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy, by the time this thing comes to a close, there's going to be nothing about team here, and it's all about who gets across that start-finish line first. But I tell you, they've got almost about a 2-second lead on Guy Snyder, who was looking pretty good up there for a while. But Guy backing off the throttle here a little bit. Last time around, 24.7s to R.J. Williams, 24.6s. So Landon Huffman about a 10th off here. Guy Snyder about a 10th off here, sitting back here in 3rd place, guys. Let's take it on down to Dakota. We got some news from pit road.
Actually, it's me, Matt, and we just want a story on Guy Snyder. Remember, he didn't pit, and about the guys up in the lead, they have about 20 less pressure tires than Guy Snyder does, and that's why he's falling off. The tire fall off here was about a half a second to a second if you don't come down and get those 4 fresh tires. So he's actually going to struggle probably for the rest of the race until he can come down pit road again and get 4 fresh tires on that thing.
Good work down there on pit road. I'll tell you, we got 2 of the best as the caution comes out for the 8th time here, guys. I'm hearing the 33 car of David Lanza going around here, guys. Looks like this might be a solo all by himself here. Gets down to the apron, makes ooh, that's no man land down there, Cowboy. Looks like he tags the apron with the front left tire, Ron, and sends him on around for an e-ticket ride.
Oh, I almost did it about 3 or 4 times. The 69 car, it's going to be Joseph Hayes, man. He just all but stopped right in front of him, let him go ahead and finish spinning it out. But man, that's a tough break for that 33 car. It was had a little bit of damage, but had gotten a lot of it fixed, much like his teammate, 17 car, and he was working back up to the front, but didn't quite work out for him. Like you said, caught that apron right there.
Yeah, he's working that wheel, trying to get it back, and just fighting that wheel inside that car, and just past the start-finish line, it goes around on him. John, what do you got for us?
Yeah, let's see if we can pick this up, guys. 33 Budweiser machine having a rough night here too tonight. He's gonna exactly just what you said. He caught that left wheel on that apron line. He's working that wheel left and right to save it. It looks like he's pretty much got it saved, and then he comes back up the track. He's clobbered. Oh, wow, he's had it saved 3-4 times here, guys. And he's gonna plow that outside wall.
All right, that's going to be caution number 8 here at the Speedway. Send it on down to pit road. Any excitement going on down there, boys?
Yeah, looks like just about everybody came down and got 4 tires. Looks at 26, and I don't know who that other guy is. Good race off the pit road there. But looks about 4 tires for everybody after that long run. And with R.J. Williams and Landon Huffman, you know, it's about track position for everybody. But the big thing is Guy Snyder, who was running 3rd, is now on 4 fresh tires, guys.
Yeah, Guy Schneider comes down here and throws 4 fresh tires and a wrench in that rear window, saying he was a little tight on that last run. Maybe it was just because he wore out his tires and he didn't have his fresh tires as everybody else. But he's looking to make a run, and he thinks he can keep up with the Huffman boys, but time will tell.
All right, good job, guys. I'll tell you, we got 2 of the best in the business right here with ETV Live, Dakota Ehrman and Matthew Close working pit road down there. I have not heard pit road reports come out of ETV Live like none other than coming from Dakota Ehrman and Matthew Close. Good job down there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good tonight because Michael Keaton's not. Oh, wait, hang on.
Wait.
Michael, if you're watching, don't take that the wrong way.
I don't know. You know, I know Michael is down in Cancun. He's on his honeymoon. He just got married, and I'll tell you what, we want to give a shout out to Michael Keaton. Hopefully he's enjoying himself down there. He'll be back in the saddle here in about a week, but we surely do miss.
We do.
You know, when you are gone, it's time to make fun too. You know.
I kid because I care. Thanks. Yeah. Well, sometimes.
He's Michael Keaton. He can be a real cut up sometimes, but. I tell you what, he brings a lot of smiles to the folks here at ETV Live for sure. Working caution number 8 here at the Monster Mile, 33 car bringing that one out, unfortunately. And I tell you, you know, I could see his hands working that wheel inside that car, Ron, just back and forth, and just finally losing it just past the start-finish line up here on the front stretch. And unfortunately, a lot of body damage to that. 33 machine, still sitting down there on pit road, getting repaired, so I'm sure he's going to be there for quite a while.
Yeah, it's one of those things, JD, and that's just one of the natures of this Cup car. Is, you know, it's more sensitive in some ways than the B car and the truck car. Yeah, it's harder to drive. It's supposed to be as you progress up the ladder, but at the same time, you know, it's some of the certain things that are easier about it. Certain things that are harder about it, and one of the things is once this thing gets out of shape, it's a little bit harder to bring it back than some of the other cars that these guys drive.
You bet. When they come across the start-finish line one more time, be 86 to go here for real sim racing full throttle Cup Series. And big thank you to Bob Earl Racing for donating the season championship prize here. It's going to be one of those Mark II virtual racing chassis here as we get ready to take the green flag. Doug Roth going to pick it up again here tonight. Mike Montes. I have a tough time with his name. Montesi on the outside as Montesi gets the run on Roth. Going to leave him in the dust here, Cowboy, along with looks like Landon Huffman making a run for the lead up here, going into turn 3. Down the bottom, going to get the lead from the 45 machine up here, guys. Mike Montesi didn't even put up a fight. As Landon Huffman goes to the bottom and gets the run on the 45 car.
Did I mention that Bob Earl is a real race car driver?
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, so's that Landon Huffman up there, Cowboy. He made a good effort on that 45 machine, got by a couple of them, but I'll tell you, Doug Roth started going backwards here a little bit. Not quite sure what went on there. I'm going to try to roll it back here and see what happened to Roth on the restart here. All right. Looks like caution coming out here again, guys. I'm hearing Joey Gattina involved. All right, pull it back here on the rewind here. Looks like the 14 might have happened in front of him up here. Let's roll it back here and see if I can take a look.
Yeah, JD, the 22 car just got a little bit loose late exit on the corner, and he was another one of those things where he was just wiggling a little more and a little more off as it goes down the straightaway. John?
Oh. Yeah, these guys are battling really hard. 22's trying to go on the inside. Wow, it looks like he might have got a little help from the back here, guys. Yeah,
he got loose, John, and he slowed up trying to catch it, and I guess Gattina wasn't able to roll out of the gas fast enough, and the 22 went down and then back up as those guys were getting ready to turn down in the corner. And he took Joey Gattina and the 18 at Chance Schilling with him. Hard lick for both of those guys. All three of them.
All right, let's go ahead and send her on down pit road to Matthew Close. Matt, what you got for us, bud?
I got the story on the number 45 of Mike Montesi. He was able to start out front on that last restart because he only took 2 right side tires that got him out there to start on the high side. But he realized he must not have liked that. He was the first guy to go with it all night, and he's actually back down pit road, and he's going to put 4 fresh Goodyears on that, and he'll have to start at the back this time. Guess the 2 tires really don't work here at Dover. Miles might eat you up if you take them.
Got that right. I'll tell you what, we've seen that happen before here. You know, a short track race here, Monster Mile concrete track. I think I'm taking 4 tires every time I get a chance to come down pit road, Cowboy. I mean, this track, you know, Ron is notorious for being a tire eater to begin with. And, you know, of course, with all the cautions we have, I'm sure that there's quite a bit of debris that's been left out there on the track that the race officials did miss. But, yeah, it'd be 4 tires of fuel for me every time I had a shot at it. Let's take it on down to Dakota Erman on pit road.
Yeah, guys, remember Dwayne Vincent going backwards earlier. He is now up to 4th position. He's starting to come back forward. The crew chief had some changes made on the car. Very minimal changes, though. A new set of tires was what they needed, they think. And they're coming to the front again, hopefully, guys.
All right, almost at the halfway point here. And let's go ahead and give a couple of more plugs here while we're at it. I want to talk to you about Gary Mercer Trucking. And like the commercial says, if your pickup truck is too small for the load, get a real truck, cowboy. Sponsoring the Friday Night Showdown series on ETV Live, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated provides LTL and TL loads, long and short haul options for the hauling furniture, sensitive equipment, perishables, even refrigerated products, and a whole lot more. With storage facilities in the U.S. and Canada, CT Pat approved, fast express drivers, Gary Mercer Trucking is the best choice to haul your load. Give that old pickup truck a rest. Call Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated 800-668-2980 or check it out at gmercer.com. I tell you, if you got a race car you want to haul around, call Gary Mercer.
That's what we need to get into, JD, is 18-wheeler racing.
I tell you something. I haven't seen them yet, but word has it that at one time they tried to do something like that at Las Vegas, not on the Speedway itself, but there's a little concrete track out back called the Bull Ring. And you go out there on a Saturday night during the summertime, and they race anything that has 4 wheels and a motor. So, and word has it that they actually had a couple of 18-wheelers out there at one point trying to. This has been several years back, but I would be surprised.
Now you've seen the school bus racing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was making sure because, you know, that's probably one of those Alabama redneck things. I don't know. Only a redneck would think of racing a school bus. Think about that. Really. Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah, you got that right. Alabama redneck. So we got one of them right up here in the booth with us.
Hey.
Hey, JD and Ron, guess what tomorrow is?
Hey, we're going green flag racing right here. Actually,
Somebody's birthday or what?
We get tomorrow off.
Oh, we get tomorrow off. Yeah, tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Day off. All right, Landon Huffman picking up his first green flag of the night here, and I tell you, no stranger to the front end up here. R.J. Williams teammate in that 21 machine. Snyder doing a pretty decent job staying up in the top 5 all night, guys. Of course, Dwayne Vincent in that 13 Tabasco machine got involved in a couple of incidents here at Dover already, but a good run for him. And running in the top 5, the 49 car at Dale Dresbach, making a good showing. I believe Dale is a new driver here at Real Sim Racing. Want to make note of that. Looking down the list here, as the caution comes out here again, I believe this will be number 10 here. Hearing the 16 machine of it's going to be Steve Ritter, guys. As trying to roll it back here on my monitor, it looks like he might have had some help on this one, guys, and he does. He absolutely has some help going around here.
Yeah,
it's like
JD,
one of the Huffman racing guys.
Yeah, JD, they were going down in the corner right there, and the 16 had been a little wiggly. I mean, that's just, you know, Dover racing. Everybody's been wiggling all night, and John's got on the E-line.
Yeah, let's fire up another one, guys, see if we can see what happened here. These guys are just battling way too hard too early on these cold tires here, guys, and a lot of them are just getting loose and make contact. It looks like he just dives in there really hard, guys, just takes that 16 out.
Yeah, maybe the 83 didn't know that the 16 was going to check up for the corner quite that much, but I mean, it's just one of those racing deals. It looked like to me, these guys, luckily he didn't take anybody else with him, so a lot of cars, got 17 cars on the lead lap right now.
Caution number 10 here, guys, as we try to sort things out here. And going back to that patience thing here,
Yeah, that's right. And I don't expect to see anybody come down pit road this time. What do you guys think?
We had a few guys in the back come down, but nobody up front, nobody in mid-pack, and I mean, there's a very few guys in the back that are still receiving repair for some early incidents on in the race, but so far, nothing.
all right, and of course, Sean Pivick over in the chat room wanted to know if there's enough fuel in the Ford Mustang Pace car. Well, we'll check on that when race officials and get back to you on that. But in the meantime, why don't we go ahead and step away? We're taking a commercial break right here, right now. You're watching a live Cowboy ETV Live Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series from the Monster Mile. We'll be right back. MTCO Communications, dude, I'll tell you what, the only place to get your gaming servers, no contract, month to month. Get gaming tonight with Battlefield 2. Hey, Call of Duty, do it with R-Factor, Arca Sim Racing, dude. I'll tell you what, $49 a month, no better deal anywhere. Remote access, virus filters, remote power cycle, no player limit, no bandwidth, dude. Dedicated servers, hey, do it tonight. Give them a call, 800-859-6826. And we are back live here as we get the restart. Landon Huffman again picking up his second green flag of the night here with R.J. Williams, teammate in that 21 machine up on the outside. But don't look now, here comes Guy Snyder in that 27 car on the bottom. I'm going to try and hang on to that second place position. Going to take it from R.J. Williams up here, guys. But just coming off a caution number 10 here, the 16 car involved. And as we go back down through the field here, everybody's pretty much getting into a single file line here now. We've got a number of cars that are off the pace, starting with going back to about 23rd position back here, 17 car Chad Cole, of course, points leader, finishing second at Charlotte last week. Had his difficulties earlier in the race, and unfortunately he's about 13 laps down. Was able to get one of them back here a short time ago, but Chad Cole just out here now, just turning laps, staying out of the way, trying to collect points as much as he can here tonight. And then, of course, the first car the first car a lap or more down is going to be that 10 machine of John Abbott, sitting back here in 18th position. And he's got a extremely tore up car, so what John Abbott as well with Chad Cole. 4 laps down, just looking for points tonight, Ron.
Yeah, right now, like how Landon Huffman, almost 9/10 of a second lead over his teammate R.J. Williams. You know, anytime we come to the racetrack, we're always talking about those Huffman racing machines, and they're putting on another good show yet again. Here at Dover, as we're 90 laps into a 160 lap race, as we're starting to wind down here a little bit, JD, and these cars, there's a lot of cars have, at least a little bit of damage, so there's something going on externally that's hampering the handling of these race cars. You're going to see a little bit more people take a few more risks, and also going to see a few more people going into the outside wall off the corners.
There's a couple of drivers out here. Landon Huffman, of course, being one of them, but another one. I was talking about him before, now I can't even find him. I believe it's going to be, I think it was that 94 car of Jeff Addison, if I'm not mistaken, who just tagged a wall there a little bit and given up position to the 84 machine. Addison back here in 7th, now 8th position as the 84 gets by him. But, it's about rhythm. It's about getting out here and developing a rhythm and staying with it. I mean, look at Landon Huffman out here. I mean, why is he able to get out front and stay out there? Hey, because he's developed that rhythm. He gets into his turns where he wants to get in. He gets on the throttle where he wants to get off. It doesn't change the entry points or the exit points, and it just develops that rhythm and stays with it. So, I don't know, perhaps there's something, a lesson in that maybe somewhere?
Yeah, that's right, JD. And then I was about to mention Chris Schollenberger actually just took the 5th spot. So, and then those top 5 guys, and that's what I was going to say, have done, not to shortchange anybody else, but those top 5 guys right now have done the best at keeping the cars clean, like you said, keeping their rhythm, keeping their heads cool, and being patient all night. And you can't just have one of those. Here at Dover, you got to cover all your bases.
This is the kind of track where you just, you have to master the track first. You got to race the track first. And if you have an opportunity to get a position, and it's there and you can do it, well, take advantage of it, as always. But you got to race this track. That's why they call it the Monster Mile, because it will eat you up and spit you out in pieces. If you try to push it beyond its limits. But I tell you, you're absolutely right. These top 5 guys up here, certainly the class of the field tonight at the Monster Mile. And looks like our chat room's kind of thinning down a little bit. Still want to go back to Sean Pivick over there. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Of course, Kayla, she's probably a little upset. Eric Arnold out here. That's the other half of the twosome there. Eric Arnold, I believe he might have put his car up on the hauler and headed for the barn, Kayla. So expect the door to open here pretty soon and see old Eric walk in. 98 laps in the books here at the Monster Mile. Things starting to shape up here a little bit. A little late in the race, past the halfway point, but hopefully we got our problems situated and we get down to some serious racing here, Ron.
Yeah, I was just going to mention real quick, points leader coming into the race. Chad Cole had some problems earlier, 13 laps down at the moment. Hasn't lost any more laps in the past 50 laps or so. But with all this, a little bit of attrition coming along here, he is actually keeping up with a lot of these guys. Jay Horton right now running a 14th spot on the lead lap. You know, Chad Cole may be a little faster than some of those guys like that right now with some of that damage getting fixed. If he was on the lead lap, he'd definitely be one to be watching.
Let's go back to 7th position here for a minute. Jimmy North. Jimmy North took the trophy home from Charlotte last week, guys. Only leading 7 laps. Of course, the only one that really mattered was that last lap. But I tell you, Jimmy North in that 84 car, he's another one like all those guys up in the top 5. He's sitting back here in 7th position. But I tell you, Jimmy North in that 84 keeping that car pretty clean here at Dover, just logging laps. Waiting until that opportunity comes, probably later on in the race when the racing really begins here at Cowboy. But 101 laps in the books here at the Monster Mile. We are on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, that's right, JD. And I want you to listen to this top 10 in points right now. And we have talked about all these guys tonight, for better or for worse. Chad Cole, just mentioned him. Landon Huffman, leader. Guy Snyder running 3rd. Or 4th right now, actually. John Abbott, problems. Adam Roberts, Doug Roth, Joey Gattina, problems. Joseph Hayes, John Gregorio, Jeff Addison been up front. This is one heck of a top 10, JD, and these guys have been, and it's the kind of split. The 5 of them are doing well, 5 of them aren't having great nights at all. So interesting to see how it's going to shake up the points, because, like I said, as of right now, Chad Cole cannot finish any better than 20th. Landon Huffman's your leader. And Chad Cole was only 13 points ahead of Landon Huffman coming into the race. So that's 20. You know, that's like a 7 or 8 point swing. I mean, you know, Alabama math here, but you know, big point implications here tonight.
You bet. And I'll tell you, Landon Huffman now about 1.7 seconds out in front of a teammate in a 21 machine, R.J. Williams. But let's take it on down to pit road. Matt, what do you got for us, bud?
I got some information on those Huffman cars. The last time we see them come down pit road was lap 71, and here they're getting on that long run, and they're all spread out now. So it's possible this could go green to the end, and if it does, they're going to be really close on that fuel. We know that the fuel window's from 75 to 85 laps, depending how much they're pushing the car, and it doesn't look like Huffman nor R.J. Williams is looking to conserve any gas in either of those machines. Back up to you.
All right, working those calculators down there on pit road, that's pretty good knowledge, so we'll keep an eye on that situation. As
yeah, fuel's kind of important, JD. I don't know if these guys realize it or not.
You think? Yeah, fuel is pretty important, but I tell you, this could play out to be a fuel-minded strategy here tonight, guys. Looking up in front of John Abbott. I think it was the 18 car of Chad Schilling. I just saw something out of the corner of my eye. I'm looking for it now, and I can't find it. But I tell you, 107 laps in the books. Oh, the 34 tags the wall. Chris Solenberger. John, what do you got, bud?
Yeah, let's follow. I'm in the car here with R.J. Williams, guys, and let's just listen to this wheel spin when they get on the gas here coming off these corners. He comes off this corner, and you can literally hear the wheel spin coming off these cars, how loose they are coming off this corner with the power to the track. So you can imagine how hard it is to drive these cars.
Oh, it tags the wall coming down the backstretch. 21 car, R.J. Williams. That might be another reason why you hear those tires squealing, John. Oh, hits the wall again.
Man, he is not going to have a right side left of that race car by the time they're done with, and he is driving the wheels off of that thing. And it might be one of those things, JD, we were talking about with his rhythm. You know, he worked his way out of his rhythm one time, or you know, just made a hair of a mistake one time, and he just barely touched the wall. And you know, it takes longer, and that'll mess with you mentally. You know, you got to keep. It takes a lot to get your confidence back and get back in the wheel and say, okay, I can catch that guy. I can get back in this. I can do this.
Absolutely, and you know, driving a race car is a huge mental challenge. There's so many things coming at you, and you know, you got to process all that information. But let's throw it around pit road. I believe Dakota's got something for us, bud.
Yeah, guys, I talked to John Abbott before the race. He started 7th, currently 18th. I'm not sure how many laps down. Looks like he's 5 laps down, guys. Not a good day for him coming in the points 4th, and he knew, talking to me before the race, he needed a top 5, and he was actually shooting for a win to make up any points tonight, guys. So a bad day for a lot of the drivers in the point standings right now.
All right, and I'll tell you, things have kind of settled in here for, you know, for the most part here, Ron. And watching the 35 machine, Chris Schollenberger in that position 4 here, keeps going around one of those Huffman cars here. Looks like he just kind of get up out of the way and let the 84 have it. But I'll tell you, Landon Huffman, of course, the leader of the pack here tonight, still occupying a 1.7 second, let's call it a 1.8 second lead over teammate R.J. Williams up here. Got 13 cars on the lead lap all the way back to Ed Williams Jr. And I'll tell you, let's get the cameras one more time on the 65 machine back here in 13th position. ATV Live all over the back end of that car. And I'll tell you what, I know Ed Williams Jr. has always been a big fan for a long time of ATV Live. So Ed Williams running in 13th position back here, guys.
JD, one guy we haven't really talked about a whole lot about tonight is last week's winner, Jimmy North. He has had a fairly quiet race. Right now, running in the 7th spot. Car is fairly clean, especially compared to a lot of other guys. He's just working laps, you know, and he's got that rhythm going like we've been talking about all night long. And he just made a pass on the 26 car, Jonathan Cadell, a couple of laps ago. And like I said, just riding around, keeping the car clean, and they get a caution where he's able to make a couple more adjustments, get a little more track position. Right now, he's 11 seconds behind the leader. If anybody's got anything for Landon Huffman, they're gonna have to show it here in the next few laps.
Yeah, you got that right. And I just back here and watching. I'm looking at this number 10 machine back here, John Abbott, guys. I mean, you got to put your camera on this machine and get a look at the back end of the machine. And it is just absolutely tore up. And I tell you, John Abbott, hardcore cowboy, they're burning up the laps.
What do you mean
trying to get
the back
points
of the machine, JD? You ought to see the nose. The nose is tore up. It looks like an open wheeler off a Friday night dirt track series.
Yeah,
yeah.
The nose of the car.
I got to get my camera turned around. Go ahead, Ron.
The nose of the car kind of looks like a Loch Ness monster, but he is like all over the place. I'll tell you what, the weird thing about it is he's all over the place, but I think it's fast. He's almost as fast as everybody else on the track. He was going 161 down to the corner right there, and that's what the leader's just about running. So that's a pretty good, you know, he's still pretty quick, JD.
You bet. I finally was able to get my camera swung around here and take a look at it on my monitor here, and just absolutely tore up. That's a Kodak moment right there, cowboy, if I have ever seen one. All right, and I understand that we've been able to make contact with the driver of the number 22 machine, Ronnie Potts. Ronnie, tell us about what happened, guy.
Oh, tight racing, trying to get in a rhythm with all those cautions we had early. It was real hard to do. And myself, I just got down underneath the car trying to pick up a position coming off the corner there, and looked like he got a little out of shape out of the side window there, and I tried to give him room and I lost it and tried to gather it up. That was my day, but hard to get a rhythm.
You know, something we've been seeing on the restarts here, Ronnie, we've seen this issue here a couple of nights ago from Dover, but, mashing down on the gas on the restart, taking the green flag. We've seen a couple of them spin the tires. One even wound up taking out the front of the field up here. But any issues down there that you know of?
I just think the guy's getting anxious, and at Dover, you can't do that here. You gotta be aggressive but patient at the same time on the restarts, and guys are just trying to get too much too early.
Too much too early. You got that right. Ronnie, appreciate you coming up and stopping by and talking to us. Better luck next time, Cowboy.
Yes, sir. Anytime. Thanks, guys.
All right, Ronnie Potts, the driver of the number 22 machine, of course, was only able to get, I believe, 42 laps in the books here tonight at Dover. Wound up involved in one of those cautions, Ron, and severely damaged out of the race for the night. But thanks to him for stopping by the booth and chatting with us there for a minute.
Yeah, no, I'm tickled to death right now because he proved me right, and that doesn't happen very often, JD. Talking about some of these guys just need to be patient, and how you can't just jump on the throttle, especially what it is, and I'm gonna sound like I know everything, but there's a little spot of about 10 yards long coming from the middle of turn 4 right there, and it's about halfway up the track, and you can actually see it where the track starts to turn from black, and it's real dark black in the corner where it collects rubber, and then where it'll start to turn to the whiter when it gets to the concrete, and that's where the elevation is actually changing. You hear these guys talk about where it lands and when it starts to pick up. That's what they're talking about, those parts right there. And I noticed that that first one where you're talking about where the guys had the trouble at the front of the field, that's where the leader hit the gas, and that's where the car is its most unstable point on this racetrack, and he's just trying to floor it right there. If he had hit the gas before that or after that, he would have been fine. But that right in that spot, like Ronnie said, he just got a little anxious.
And following this number 35 car, Chris Solenberger back here, guys, in third position. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I believe it's Schoenbarger, if I'm not mistaken. Schoenbarger, if I take a second look at it here. But I'll tell you, I'm watching his entry into the turns. He's been doing the same thing lap after lap here. He gets into his turn, lets it slide up just a little bit, grabs hold of the wheel, brings it back down, gets a good exit off the turn, and then down the straightaway he goes. Gets a good turn in on the next turn, lets it drift up just a little bit, hangs onto that wheel, doesn't let it get too high, back down again and off with a good exit off the turn. Now this is probably one of the classic examples right here of how to drive this track here at Dover. I mean, he's been doing the same thing lap after lap after lap. Good turn-ins, good exits, making his marks. He's in third place.
Listen to us talking like we know how to drive these things, and we're up here. There's probably a reason for that.
Let me tell you about driving. Let me tell you about driving these things, Cowboy. I can't wait till Friday night comes. Friday Night Thunder. I'm still working on the recap, the video, still in pre-production. But Paul Klein and David Mahar, or Brad Mahar, E.J. O'Rourke. I can't remember who all was the gang last night, but they took me to Pocono, gave me the keys to a race car, and you ought to see what happened.
Yeah, at least it wasn't
the wall, Rondé.
At least it wasn't Michigan. All right, Dakota, what you got, bud?
No, I was just a little thing was I was there last night as well, trying to help them out with the setups and stuff, and boy, wasn't it a fun night.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you what, Cowboy, you're going to be in that video too. But I'll tell you, yeah, Dakota trying to help me out with setups and everything else. Hey, Cowboy, this is like climbing back in. It's like learning how to ride a bicycle all over again. You're going to fall down a couple of times. Of course, they did bring a hauler full of cars, extra cars for me last night at Pocono. But we did have some fun, didn't we, Dakota?
Yes, sir. And I just wanted to point out real fast to you guys, your second place car has been faster than the leader by a tenth now, back-to-back laps, and they keep swapping back and forth. But I'm telling you, the second place car is getting a little bit quicker each lap, and he might be closing in the lane and helping guys.
We had 132 laps in the books here at the Monster Mile, and R.J. Williams about 2.7 seconds back, teammate with Landon Huffman up there in the front. And I'm still watching that number 3 car here, that number 35 car, Chris Schallenbarger. He's 12 seconds back. You know, a caution would probably help him here a little bit, but I'll tell you, the guy's been logging laps, doing it right now for you know, the last half of this race. But what do you got, bud? All right, I guess listening to some chatter down there on pit road, guys working the calculator, trying to get some information for us here, Ron. But I tell you what, you know, this is the race that we were looking for. Unfortunately, it came, you know, about a little later than halfway through tonight. But you know, now we're starting to see some good driving here. But unfortunately, it's only going to leave 10 cars on the lead lap, guys. Jeff Addison in that 94 machine hauls on, or the NASCAR Hall of Fame car, a lap down. But I tell you, he's another one like that number 35 car of Schallenbarger. Just you know, getting the job done here, doing it right. Just falling out of the top 10 here in 11th position.
And I heard the reason he's back 13 seconds, guys, is he's saving fuel. He's only got 33 laps of fuel left, so he's right outside the window there of making it. So as you can see, he's starting to close a little bit now, so he's probably starting to hit that pedal to the floor a lot harder than what he was. So we'll have to see what he's got here in the closing laps.
You bet. And let's take it on down to pit road, guys. What do you got for us?
Alright guys, real fast, 45 of Mike Montesi reporting they might have a right front going down. They came down pit road and found a little bit of damage underneath that car. They've taken it to the garage. But to kind of give a fuel kind of idea what's going on, Guy Snyder sitting 5th and at number 27 saying they were 4 to the good. So really close on fuel. I think Matt might have something on the other guys that are running up front.
Landon Huffman, your leader, may be in trouble. He does not know if he's going to be making it. So look for him to be backing down the lap times, backing up the corners, and rolling it through the center a little bit more. But his teammate, RJ Williams, that we've seen running the faster lap times currently, he's told us he's 4 to the good. He's good to go to the end. He hopes to be able to chase Landon Huffman back down, because Landon Huffman doesn't know if he's going to make it. But it's back up to you guys in the booth.
Landon Huffman last time around 25.094 to RJ Williams 24.978 Cowboys. So RJ Williams, he's putting the foot down just a little bit harder on trying to get that 21 machine just a little bit closer as we get 20 to go here at the Monster Mile.
You know, I'm probably barking up the wrong tree here. I sort of have a thing for underdogs, and with 20 to go, Huffman has waited too long to start saving. He should have started saving 60 laps ago. But I know it's hard to foresee this long of a green flag run, but that's just a chance you take. 4th spot right now, Jimmy North, last week's winner, 18 seconds. They said RJ's good, but if he's running the same engine package as Huffman in those Huffman racing cars, you know, there may be a miscalculation there. Schallenbarger's been running good. He's been keeping the car clean. We're not really sure about him. Jimmy North, he may be in the catbird seat here, guys. We saw another guy named Jimmy in a Lowe's car on Sunday, so take it home. So we'll have to see.
Jimmy who?
Jimmy?
I don't know, some guy, whatever, you know.
Jimmy who?
Might be a Lowe's car, but oh god. What did I tell you one day about talking about Jimmy on these broadcasts?
What'd you tell me about talking? We'll start with that. And
Tony
then,
Stewart or nothing, son.
Yeah. Well, hey, you guys know how I feel about Dale Earnhardt Jr. We can start talking about that and get everybody pissed off.
Oh God, there's one of those other late night shows that we're working on. Oh man. Hey, John Hanna has joined us over here in the chat room too, guys, and of course don't want to leave Parker 41 out, RP along for the ride. Glad you guys are tuning in. Mama D always along for the ride. Of course, I don't want to say she's a big ETV Live fan. She's almost an employee, and she keeps us well fed up here. But let's take it on down to pit road, guys. What do you got for us?
Yeah, we wanted to talk more about the Landon Huffman and RJ Williams. They run the same engine package, but what I've noticed throughout the race is Landon Huffman's really diving it in, putting a little hard on the brake, and he's really diving them into the turn. RJ Williams lets off a little bit more down the straightaway, and he's letting them roll through the center. So that's how R.J. Williams has decided he's conserved fuel over these runs. But Landon Huffman trying to save fuel doesn't really seem like it's happening. He's still dive bombing even on these lap cars that he's really trying to work his way past and maybe not let his teammate catch him.
Yeah, I noticed that, Matt. That's where Landon has actually been catching RJ. Well, like I was talking about earlier, RJ is a lot better in the corner, on the entries of the corners than RJ was. But RJ was beating him just a little bit off of the corner. But like you said, Landon Huffman just able to keep that gas down a lot longer than most of these other guys, and that'll burn a lot more fuel. And actually, Guy Snyder and Jay Horton at 6th and 7th, 7th and 8th spots respectively, going lap down there, JD.
As R.J. Williams made his way by the 5 car of Ben Burnett back here, guys. Ben Burnett 1 lap down, but that's going to leave looks like 7 cars on the lead lap. But R.J. Williams, I'm looking at his lap times and looking at the distance between the leader, 2.7 seconds. Still, guys, so he's not making up a whole lot of time. So this may come down right to the very end when we're looking at possible fuel strategy playing out for the 75 and the 21 machine here. 35 car of Chris Schallenbarger back here, 15 seconds off the pace here, occupying that 3rd spot. He's looking pretty sweet too. Possible podium finish for that number 35.
12 laps to go this time by JD. So like I said, if anything was going to be saved, it would have had to be saved by now. So right now, Landon Huffman pretty much got what he's got. So, you know, why not just go ahead and go for it?
You know, that's old school racing too, Cowboy. Mash your foot down on the throttle and go for it, Cowboy. If it runs out of gas, it runs out of gas. But pit road one more time. Matt, what do you got, bud?
Actually, that was
Dakota.
me and John Abbott came in the points, I believe, 4th, guys. Trying to get a good run out of it. He had damage earlier. He was riding like 5 laps down. 5 laps down. He is now pulling into the garage. He just lost his engine, guys.
You know, that's another old school trick too. You drive it until it quits, Rondé.
13 car Dwayne Vincent going a lap down on the front stretch right there, JD. And that's gonna, you know, that's the 6th place car right there. So like we were talking about, Landon Huffman, you know, pretty much metal to the pedal and the thing to the floor, and he's not giving up anything.
No, he's not. As they come around 9 laps to go here at the Monster Mile, and Landon Huffman certainly giving lesson to everybody. R.J. Williams desperately trying to close the distance. Teammate for that Huffman Racing. Now almost a little less than 2 seconds off the pace back here. So R.J. Williams, you know, closing the distance pretty well, but you know, 8 laps to go here. Don't think he's got enough time to get up there and give Landon Huffman a run for his money.
They're going to have about 8 laps to go this time by JD. So, you know, like we were talking about, I think Landon Huffman's mentality now is like, I'm just going to go as fast as I can, and maybe I can just glide the rest of the way if I run out.
Yeah, guys, Landon Huffman got a lot of traffic there. RJ's really closing the gap. He's down to 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, Jeff Addison coming down, low on fuel. They're going to top off and trying to get him away. There's another car coming down, I believe. It's Ben Burnett was running 9th, number 5. Fuel as well. I don't think they're going to be taking tires, though, guys.
That's 2 top 10 cars right there in the road, JD. So we're starting to see it coming down to it as we're getting where, you know, like I said, less than 7 laps to go here. Matt?
I just want to say that we're seeing these cars coming down that are running a lot slower than Landon Huffman and R.J. Williams have been all race. What's this going to tell us? Is it just the way that they were running their turns or the way they were gassing it off? But it really shows that Landon Huffman probably does not have a good chance of making it to the end.
R.J. Williams closing the distance, 1.7 seconds behind the leader up here. Schallenberger still a good 16 seconds back as we get to 5 to go here at the Monster Mile. So no help for the 35 machine, but I tell you, it's going to look like a good podium finish for Chris Schallenberger tonight here at the at Dover Speedway. Landon Huffman. Oh, caution coming out on the field. And Ben Burnett bringing a caution out here, late race caution, guys, and we'll have to check with race officials that this may this may give us a possible. Oh!
Wow.
Oh, he gets plowed by the 84 machine. Let's send her on down to John Westling for the E-Wine.
And guys, he's going to pull it off. He's coming down off pit road after pitting here. I just pulled off the camera here. He's going to bring it back up the track. He said, oh, wow, Ben Burnett in that 5 car, I don't know if he shifted in the wrong gear or what. His car just took off to the outside wall, and that Lowe's machine just plowed him into 84, and he's going to go airborne here at Dover International Speedway.
Yeah, right up in front of the 84 car, Jimmy North, right there. And I'd just been mentioning him earlier, last week's winner and everything. He was running 4th at the time, so it'll be interesting to see if he's going to be able to finish this race.
Yeah, I think John actually called it right down there. It looked like shifting gears and just a little too heavy on the throttle, guys, and took that car right into the wall. Guys, what are you hearing down on pit road?
Everybody just, mainly the Huffman boys, saving a little bit of fuel just in case, hoping for this race to be over, but if the cars line up soon enough, the race officials will put it green again. So right now it's all on the pace car right now, guys.
Alright, keep an eye on the lights on top of that pace car. We'll stay right with the action here.
Ben Burnett trying to sidewind that thing to pit road just knocked the sand barrels there, the water barrels at the entrance of pit road. Wow, that knocked him out if he didn't get knocked out before.
Wow. Tough night for that number 5 machine for sure. Ben Burnett having a good run here tonight, all night long. And last lap action here in the closing laps. Unfortunately, going to have to retire that car. Not able to finish the race. But looking up for some fuel strategy playing out here, guys. Not sure if the race officials are going to call it. We may get a 1-lap shootout here. We'll keep an eye on the lights on top of the pace car as the driver and race officials communicate, deciding whether to keep this thing green or not. If not, the race will finish behind the pace car. Landon Huffman will be crowned your winner here tonight, as we're still waiting on I'm hearing that the unofficial that the race has been terminated. They will call it. So unofficial results is going to put Landon Huffman on the top. R.J. Williams, Chris Schollenberger with a good effort here at Dover in 3rd. So we'll keep an eye on things here shortly. But let's go back to that. The caution that brought this all out, guys. Back to that number 5 car, Burnett, having a decent run all night long, guys. And then of course fuel strategy playing out here by the guys working pit road down there. Goes in, makes his pit stop, comes out and run. It's just too much on the throttle. The closing laps. Are you too anxious? I mean, what do you think went on down there?
Well, a couple of things, really. I mean, I don't know how much fuel I actually put in that thing, but, the weight on the back of that car, as far as how much fuel weighs and everything, will affect the handling. Like I said, I don't know if they put enough in it to make that a difference. That's the only thing I can think of that could affect it that well, other than the fact that maybe he just got a little bit excited, wanted to try to get up there and try to keep or gain as many positions as he possibly could. It's got a little too hot on the throttle, but give him benefit of the doubt and saying that fuel may have made a big effect on how the car is going to handle on the gas right there.
Yeah, you bet. And all right, it is official. This is going to be the white flag lap, so it is going to be official. Landon Huffman, he will be your race winner here tonight. And R.J. Williams, another Huffman Racing team member, will pick up 2nd place. and the 35 car of Chris Schollenbarger with a good, solid run here tonight with third place. Dwayne Vincent will come in fourth. Jonathan Cadell will finish fifth here at Dover. So the race is over. It is official. Unfortunately, it ended behind the pace car here tonight, but I'll tell you, Landon Huffman with he kind of came alive just before the halfway point here, Ron, and moved up through the field, taking another one home from Dover tonight.
Yeah, man, he just kept it clean, kept the fenders on it. He got a little bit of damage right there, but no, he's got probably the least amount of damage to anybody else on the field. Did what he had to do and kept that rhythm like you were talking about.
Landon Huffman gets rid of what's left of the rubber on the tires there on the front stretch. Why don't we go ahead and take a break? We'll get ready for the Full Throttle Cup Series post-race show here, so don't wander off, Cowboy. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Monster Mile. We're here tonight with Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series, sponsored in part by Bob Earl Racing Chassis. I want to throw it on down to pit road real quick to Matt Close. He's standing by with Ben Burnett. Matt, go ahead.
Hey Ben, you had a good run out there today, and we were just wondering what happened there at the end. You kind of brought out the caution to end the race, but what happened?
I had a Michael Waltrip moment. Coming out of the pits, just stopped to get some gas, went ahead and took 2 tires while I was there, hoping maybe it would help me out, getting me a spot or 2, and coming back on the track, I was half throttle going from 2nd to 3rd gear, and it just turned hard right on me, and in the worst possible place right in front of the leader. And I'm just glad that I didn't take him out and cost Landon his race.
So how close were you on gas to making it, so we know a little bit about these other guys before we talk to them?
When I pulled into my pit, I had 0.9 of a gallon left. So I probably had maybe a lap and a half left.
So you don't think a lot of these guys out there could have made it if they tried?
I don't think so. The guys that pitted when I pitted, maybe the top 2 or 3 might have, but no, the majority of them I don't think would have.
Alright, send it back up to JD.
All right, and unfortunate for Ben Burnett, driver of that number 5 machine tonight. But in the meantime, I'm standing down here in victory circle one more time, Cowboy. Another one for the shelf. Landon Huffman started out on the pole here tonight. Tell us about your race, bud.
Started out in the lead there and ran up there for a little bit and then had that first caution and rolled down and got shuffled there behind RJ and ran behind him, you know, for the majority of the race until through those first couple cautions. And once we got out of that little caution spree, we had that long green run, and I got around him and pulled out to a pretty good lead there. And I was just kind of riding, and I looked onto my relative and looked up my rearview mirror and saw a 21 car, and I was like, uh-oh. So I started moving around, looking for a better line. I pulled him back to, I think it was around 3 seconds or so. And then I started saving fuel. Man, I was close. I think I'd have been maybe 1 lap to the good, so it was going to be really close if it wouldn't have brought out that caution.
You know, watching these guys here tonight, of course, working through 10 cautions there at the beginning to get us to that long green flag run. Some of the issues down there, of course, it being related to some bumper stuff down there. But another one we were seeing was on the restarts. You know, throttle up, a lot of spin outs, you know, spinning the tires. Was anything like that affecting you at all?
Well, it definitely affects each and every one of us. The banking here at Dover is really tough to get a handle on. It's a lot of changes, and when you're on old tires, the car doesn't like it at all. So you really have to be easy on the throttle. And I was shifting, you know, a little earlier before it top ended. That way, it didn't give the tires a chance to spin. So you just got to kind of learn how to manage that. But it was definitely tough.
All right, and again, a good effort here tonight. Of course, taking another trophy home. Put another one on the shelf, Landon Huffman. Any shout-outs out there you want to give?
Yeah, Huffman Racing. It's always fun to come in here in this league and run with all the guys. Sim Seats, Bob Earl Cockpits from sponsoring the series. A lot of the sponsors that help out on my real car, Dave's Truck Parts, Stockyard Steak, Sig's Tire Center. Always got to give those guys a shout out. RJ, he had me sweating there for a little bit, but it was a fun race.
All right, and again, congratulations on the win here tonight. I'm going to throw it on down pit road just a little bit. I believe Ron Day standing by with our second place finisher down there. Your buddy, RJ Williams.
Yeah, that's right. JD down here with his teammate finishes second tonight. RJ had a pretty dominant car first part of the race, and then kind of went away on you. Tell us about it.
Well, Landon was just playing with me there when he was riding behind me. I don't think I really had the entrance figured out quite right. He was rolling the center a lot better than I was, but I was still able to get up off just like anybody else. But there, that long run, I was running them down. I had saved 4 laps of gas, so about 3, almost 4 there at the end. So I was going to make it. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't. I was trying to save that right front there, but unfortunately, that caution came out, so we didn't get to see exactly how that would play out.
All right, bud, and you know, you were talking about how he was. I know that's one of the things we were talking about earlier in the race. How you were able to beat him or he was beating you into the corner, but you were beating him off of the corner. So is that you know, on the long run, was that wearing out your tires a little bit more?
Well, that's more of my driving style, so it tends to assist me at the miles and halves, you know, especially in the long run. It seems to help me save that right front and, you know, really just try to work off of that right rear. Of course, I think it helped me here again, especially in that really long run. But still, he had the line figured out, and it was just too big of a gap for me to do anything with.
All right, bud, good deal. Who do you want to thank tonight?
Well, Huffman Racing. Great bunch of guys. All the sponsors on the car, Sim Seats, Marlboro Racing Chassis for sponsoring the series. Landon forgot Huss Bell Bonds on the car, new sponsor. J&H Appliances. Just a bunch of people to make this a lot of fun.
Second place finisher. Now send it down to Dakota Airman.
Yeah, here with Chris Schellenberger, who started 4th, finished 3rd. Walk us through what happened tonight.
It was a great night. I had a blast. Had a really good car to start, and got mixed up with one of those restarts, had a little bit of damage when I got into the back of Chad Cole there, probably first half of the race, I'm guessing, and just got that fixed and tried to battle my way back up and be as smooth as I could and be there at the end.
Well, it definitely helped getting that fixed. How was it affecting your car?
I was probably half a tenth off there towards the end of what I should have been. So it slowed me down a little bit. I don't know if it helped me with the fuel mileage or hurt me. It was close there towards the end, but I was saving from about 30 laps to go. I don't know if I'd have had anything for those Huffman guys up front, but I was sure trying there. Would have liked to have gotten closer to them to find out.
Well, it was a very great effort, a little bit of damage. Who made it happen for you tonight, bud?
Oh, all the guys on the team at Red S Chassis Works for sure, and Full Throttle indoor karting on the car, and especially Ronnie Potts there at SC Trailer Sales.
All right, well, there's your third place finisher tonight, guys. We'll send it back up to JD.
Thanks, guys.
All right, congratulations to all the winners here tonight at Dover Speedway. Ron, 160 laps later, Cowboy, and I believe 10 cautions. We'll make it 11 with that last one there right at the end, but unofficially. But you know, nothing that we haven't seen before here at Dover. That's why they call it the Monster Mile.
Yeah, Miles Monster definitely took a big bite out of a lot of these guys tonight. But once we got the green flag run going there, you know, it was really actually a pretty good race. A lot of side-by-side racing throughout the field, and a lot of different kind of strategies and scenarios playing out, especially with the points leaders, which we'll talk about next week.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, ETV Live going to take the next couple of days off here. So, hey, some more racing coming your way. Check the calendar. It's over at etv-eplay.net. And if you want to watch this one again, hang on to your hat, Cowboy, because we'll have it up on the EMAX screen just a little bit later on. One thing I want to make note of here, too, I was looking down some of the lap times here. Chris Sollenberger, who finished third, he also had the third fastest time here at the Monster Mile. So I'll tell you what, certainly a top 5 finisher for sure. So for Ron Day, for Matt Close, Dakota Ehrman, the bad boy, the legend, John Westling, Full Throttle Cup Series sponsored by Bob Roll Racing. We'll catch you next time on ETV Live.